now.
You would do a proper one?
Probably.
Hi everybody, I'm Anna.
And I'm Michelle.
And we're the two mythical unicorns. So today we are doing the Nope book tag.
Yes.
Because Nope.
Because why not?
Yeah. And it's from a BookTube book, originally.
Yeah.
So those are the questions we're going with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we just start?
Yeah, let's go.
So number 1, ending. A book ending that made you go nope, either in denial, rage, or simply because the ending was crappy.
I had a lot of troubles with most of these questions because I tend to block out what I don't like.
Unnecessary information.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I ended up with saying One Day by David Levithan because it was just very anticlimactic. And it was like, he just goes back to life and just continues. Nothing really changes.
No. So it was neither rage or denial, it was just crappy. Mine was a lot of rage.
Oh yes.
A lot of rage.
A lot of it.
Some denial to cope, and then more rage.
You saw the rage in a review.
Yeah, I did a review on Lifelike by J. Christoph. If you want to see me ranting, you can watch the video on that, so I just not rant here.
Yeah. We'll just leave it at it's lifelike.
Yeah.
And go watch the video. I'll link it down below if you want to see the rant.
Yeah.
The second one is protagonist, a main character you dislike and who drives you crazy. Why don't you go first?
Yeah. So I took Fitz from Robin Hobb's books, and he drives me crazy to the point where I had to take a pause from the books because I started to get mad in real life. And I felt bad for my boyfriend, so I had to take a break.
That was very merciful of you.
Yeah, I think so too.
You see, I ended up realizing that I hate a lot of protagonists. So I listed a couple. For instance, Bella from Twilight, Clary Frey, Tris, and Lena from Delirium.
Question 3. A series that turned out to be one huge pile of nope. After you've invested all of that time and energy on it, or a series you gave up on because it wasn't worth it anymore.
But I chose The Vampire Diaries, and it was mostly, I think the actual problem was that we started watching the TV show.
Yeah.
So that was ridiculously different from the books.
Yeah, it was.
So I gave up. I don't even, because I bought the first volume, which is the first 2 books.
Yeah.
I don't even think I got through the second book.
No. I put down Hush Hush because we both loved the first book.
The first one.
The second book was good too, at least I thought so.
Yeah.
It was fine, and then it just went downhill in the book 4. I barely knew what was happening anymore, and I was like, okay, what is this?
Number 4, popular pairing, a ship that you don't support.
Okay, I don't know if this counts as a popular pairing, but I put down Jacob and Renesmee.
Yeah.
Because that is creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just no.
Nope. Nope. Really nope. Yeah.
Yeah. I, however, chose a pairing that I think is really popular.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think I'm gonna get slaughtered. But I'm not a fan of Juliet and Warner from Chateau Me. I think I skimmed the third book. No, come on.
Question 5. Plot twist. A plot twist you didn't see coming or didn't like.
But I ended up going with Star-Crossed when it, spoiler alert, turns out that they're cousins.
So I put down Tris sacrificing her life for this. Maybe not that unexpected, but I thought that she had come further in her process about herself, and she wasn't supposed to do that, and then she did it anyways, and I was really disappointed.
Number 6, protagonist action or decision, a character decision that made you shake your head. Nope.
Oh no, I read the last one. I read the wrong one. Chris was number 6.
Oh,
Number 5 was
shattering.
Yeah, when she switched.
Well, you can go for that one here. That is a plot twist.
Yeah.
No, a character decision.
Yeah, I guess when she decided to break up with Adam and go for Warner.
So I picked Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
When Harry decides to go to the Ministry of Magic, because no.
Question number 7. Genre. Genre you will never read. And
Both of us have skipped this one.
yeah.
Yes, there are genres that I don't reach for necessarily,
Yeah.
but I don't like the thought of going, no, I'm never reading anything in that. Like,
No, I don't either. It's like if there's a good book, it's a good book no matter
yeah,
what genre it is in.
yeah,
Because you can do great books in every genre.
of course you can. And number 8, book format. Book formatting you hate and avoid buying until it comes out in a different edition.
And we have the same answer to this one as well. But we don't avoid buying books because they're in a certain
Format.
yeah.
No.
We both prefer paperbacks or pockets because they are smaller, they're not as heavy, they're easier to carry around and to handle.
Yeah.
So we prefer those, and sometimes we wait for those. But if it's a book you need now, you're gonna buy it no matter the format.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So question number 9, right?
Yeah.
Trope. A trope that makes you go nope.
Because Anna chose first, she chose the most obvious one that we both hate. So I chose another one. Which is the bad guy with a tragic backstory. And the only one, because we've just talked about it, that I can think of is Warner. Where it's like he's an asshole. And then they're like, yeah, but all this stuff happened, so he's alright actually. It's like, no!
Love triangles. No.
Just no.
No. We're done. We don't want any more. We didn't want any to begin with.
No.
No.
Number 10. A recommendation, a book recommendation that is constantly hyped and pushed at you that you simply refuse to read. We both had kind of troubles with this.
Yeah. But I went with 1984 because it's not like a lot of people come up to you and say you have to read this, but it's like I read business and there was a business class when the teacher told us like this is a good book,
Yeah.
you should read it. And I've tried to read it, I've tried so hard.
I know.
I hate it, it's so boring.
My one, books by Sarah J. Maas, and that's not necessarily like you say, it's not like everyone's like you have to read this now, but she's freaking everywhere. And the thing is, I encouraged you to buy a book by her.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
You're the reason I read Throne of Glass.
I know.
Okay, it's 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cliché or pet peeve? A cliché or writing pet peeve that always makes you roll your eyes.
But I ended up going with a sentence that is in every single YA book I think I've ever read, which is that they were holding in a breath that they didn't realize that they were holding. It's like, how many people are holding their breath without realizing it?
Mine is kind of, it's a variation, but it's the same point in, yeah. So, and she felt whole again. It's also like,
Come on.
It is acceptable if you're a mom and you have like 3 or 4 children and they are on different planets in space and you have to gather them and you finally have gathered them and your family is whole and you feel whole again. Then I will accept it.
Fine.
I will not accept it if you're in the arms of a guy you met 2 weeks ago. It's like, no.
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 Number 12, love interest. The love interest that it's not worthy of being one, a character you don't think should have been a viable love interest.
I put down Lavender Brown. After her relationship with Ronald Weasley. She's a wonderful... No, she's not even wonderful. She's quite annoying.
So annoying.
So annoying. But anyways, Ron shouldn't be with her and... No.
I ended up going with two people. Adam and Warner from Shatter Me. Because I was actually nope on both of those. The only person that I technically liked was Kenji. Because he was fantastic.
So, number 13, book. A book that shouldn't have existed, that made you say no.
This I found to be really difficult, because that's harsh. And I ended up picking To Go Set a Watchman by Harper Lee. Mostly because, like, To Kill a Mockingbird was the book that the author decided was enough to publish.
Yeah.
So Go Set a Watchman should never have been published because she didn't approve of it being published.
Yeah. I went with Knife Edge and Checkmate by Mallory Blackman. Those are sequels to Noughts and Crosses. And Noughts and Crosses was really good.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And the two other ones sucked so hard.
Number 14. A villain, a scary villain or antagonist you would hate to cross and would make you run in the opposite direction.
So for this one I went with Amarantha from Court of Thorns and Roses, because she is scary and she does some bad things and she's manipulative and no.
I ended up going with the Lord Rula from the Mistborn, the first Mistborn trilogy, because he seems terrifying.
He's just a bad guy.
He's just a really bad guy. Yeah. Like, he's the personification of evil, essentially.
Yeah. Question 15. Death. A character death that still haunts you.
Another one where we could have picked a lot.
Where to begin?
I ended up going with the one that sort of destroyed me from my childhood, which is Lupin in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
There's an orphaned child, okay?
Yeah.
This is...
No, it's not okay, it's really sad. So I went with Gabrielle from Half-Bad.
Right. Yeah.
I mourned him.
The kitchen breakdown.
Yeah, that was the kitchen breakdown. It has a name now.
Yeah. And the last one, number 16.
Yeah.
Author. An author you had a bad experience reading for and have decided to quit.
And this one was really hard.
Yeah, because I don't think in those sorts of, like, there are books that I've read by authors where, like, you've liked a trilogy or liked a series or another standalone and you read a book that you're like, this wasn't good.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that I'll, like, never read that particular author again.
No. I ended up with going with E.L. James, who wrote 50 Shades, and that is mainly because of her bad writing.
Oh god, yeah.
Characters were not very well made and, like, plot was repetitive and
just no.
Yeah.
I think my pick might upset some people. I've gone with Cassandra Clare. I read the first of the Mortal Instruments, which was City of Bones. I think I didn't particularly like the writing style that she has. She also writes in third person, which I'm not too keen on in general. I realized that she's written a lot of books since then, probably have improved. The only problem is the thing is I've read about what the other books are about,
yeah,
and they've not interested me. So it's not necessarily like I'm never reading another.
You didn't like the book, and her other books are in the same.
It's the same universe.
Yeah. So those those were the questions for the note tag.
Yes. That was kind of fun, actually.
Took a minute to find the answers.
The answers were difficult to find because like I said in the beginning, I don't like sitting around remembering the stuff that I didn't like. I'm also one of these people that's like, if I didn't like a book, even if I've bought it, I'll get rid of it. I'll pass it on to someone else, or I'll give it to charity or something, because why would I want to keep a book that I didn't like?
If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up and share and subscribe. And until next time,
Bye. Bye.
and that was it.
We did a thing!
Ta-da!